Primary 4 and Primary 5. We've got a very exciting lesson today because we're going to be doing some drawing and some sketching and creating our very own dragon eye. And I just want to show you, here is my dragon eye. Now, boys and girls who are in my class know that I'm not the best at art, and I have to say I've tried my very, very best here. And here is my eye that I did earlier, my dragon eye, and I'm going to show you how you can make your very own dragon eye. Okay, so before we get started, boys and girls, just make sure you've got a pencil and a piece of white paper. So the first step is to draw a simple diamond shape. Okay, and there I've got my diamond shape. Now we want to draw a curve that goes from the top of your diamond and almost hits the bottom and comes back up again. Just like that. Then we're going to add in two little wee curve shapes to each edge of our eye. Okay, the next step is to draw in a shape in the middle of the eye. And our shape is going to look like this. Now is really where we get on to the detail, boys and girls, and we start with some shading. So we're going to build up this part of the eye by shading. And the harder that you lean, it'll make it darker. And we can move your paper as well as your wrist and your hands. Okay, so you're building that up in the middle of your eye. And then you're going to want to shade around the edge of this half circle. And again, you can move your paper to do this. And you don't want to lean too heavily for this. And we're just going to close off the end of the half circle. Just like that. Right, now we're going to add on some extra detail to this half circle part of our eye. And we almost want to do like little wee scales within the eye, okay? So we're going to do little wee brick shapes like this. In the eye. Okay, excellent. Right, now we're going to add on some more detail and some more shading to make this eye look more realistic. So I'm going to deepen this line by leaning down harder with my pencil. And I'm rounding it off a little bit as well as I deepen that line. I'm going to do it to the rest of my eyes as well, and again try to curve them off a little bit more to make it look a wee bit more natural. And then the bottom as well, I'm going to really try and curve off this line and bring it almost up to meet the pupil. And then finally the last line as well. Just making this look more realistic. Perfect. Right, now you're also going to fill in these two little wee curved lines at the corners of your eye. Okay, and now this is where you can get creative with your shading to try and make this as realistic as possible. And just before I forget, boys and girls, just put some little wee squares in over here and it almost looks like a reflection in the dragon's eyes. So now we're going to do some shading. And I'm going to make this a wee bit lighter here. Hi boys and girls, sorry I just ran out of space on my phone, but hopefully this will work now. So continuing. to shade along the edges of the eye just to make it look more realistic. Okay, and I quite like how that looks, and I'm just going to try and really shade out this top bit here as well then. And just blending in the harsh lines into the eyes, try and make this look a wee bit more realistic. Boys and girls, like I said, I'm not the best at art, but I'm giving it my very best shot, which is all you can really do. Okay, so I'm quite happy with how this looks so far. I'm just going to deepen this line actually to really make my pupils stand out, my eye, and I'm quite happy with that. Okay, now next step is going to be adding on the detail around your eye, which is really where it becomes quite fun and more exciting. So we're going to be doing a high arch here, which is almost like its upper eyelid, and a couple of lines underneath, which are like the wrinkly eyes of the dragon. Okay, you're then going to do an almost like brick kind of formation around the edges of the eyes. And you can do it as small or as big as you want. Just going around and to make like the scales, the reptilian scales of the dragon. Now, boys and girls, you will obviously keep going with this until you have made up your whole eye, okay? And let's just look back at the one that I did earlier to see how it looks when we're all finished. And here again is the one that I made earlier. And you can see I've added a wee bit more shading in the eye and around the edges of the eye as well. And I've extended the shading out in the pupil a wee bit more too. And I've called my dragon the Viking Fang. I thought that was a really, really cool name for my dragon that I'm imagining lived in our How to Train the Dragon world. Okay, so I hope you find that tutorial quite fun. I'll also put up some links as well that you can use to help you make your dragon eye. Okay, boys and girls, so bye for now.